2 over 1.
So you graph it, you kind of start like it's the equation, y equals 2x minus 1, so you start down 1, go up 2 and right 1, up 2, right 1. Okay, but it's a greater than, so see if you guys remember, is this going to be a solid or dashed line?
Dash.
Okay, here's a harder question. Does anybody know why it's dashed?
Because it doesn't have the equal.
I know, but why is that?
Oh.
Why do we do it?
Because we don't know.
It's kind of like, you know, when we graph like x is greater than 2 and we put like a 2 there in an open circle like that. It's kind of like that. The open circle means 2 is not included. Any point on this line, like 1, 1 or 0, negative 1, is not a part of the solution. It wouldn't work as a solution for this.
Oh.
Okay? That's why. If it's a equals to, the points on the line are a part of the solution. Okay, if it is y is greater than, what else do we need to do? Shade above. Greater than, above. If you are directionally challenged and you can't figure out which is greater than, which is less than, the less than looks kind of like an L for less than. That's my best hint.
Exactly. That's the only way I know. I know. It's like, you pull this up right.
Okay, anyway, you guys recall that? All right, number 1 on page 90.
Do you remember when I used to always wear pink?
No.
Oh, yeah. Pink girl.
I did?
Yeah, I wore pink jeans, pink belts, pink shirt.
Oh, did you say because your mom got it for you or something?
It was
Or that was your, just your style?
I just matched everything.
Okay. Number 1. So if you look on A, B, C, and D, all those lines have the same slope and the same y-intercept. So they're the same line. Some of them are solid, some of them are dashed, some of them are shaded below, some are shaded above. So on number 1 it says y is greater than 2/3 x plus, what was it, 2? Yeah. All right, so if it's a greater than, should the line be solid or dashed? Dashed or dotted or whatever. And if it's greater than, are we shading above or below? Above. So which option is dashed and above? B.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, number 3 says 2x minus 3y is less than or equal to -6. Okay, well, how could we figure that one out?
I could solve it, flip it around.
Yeah, let's solve it for y so it looks like the other one. So if I subtract the 2x, so right now it's in standard form, right? Which is not great for graphing. But if I get y by itself so it's in slope-intercept form, what do I do at this point? Divide by -3.
It feels like Christmas right now.
And then it switch so they can be greater than or equal to.
It's because all the joy in your heart due to the graphing. No. Okay, what's this going to be though?
It's gonna be 2 over 3x and then plus 2, and it's gonna be greater than.
Okay, it switches when you divide by negative, right? So if it's greater than or equal to, are we shading, or is it solid or dashed?
Stick. Like
Solid. And we are shading, which side are we shading? Greater than, so it's above. So which option is shaded solid, or solid and shaded above? A. Alright. Number 5. So state whether the given point is a solution to the inequality. How can I tell if 0, 0 is a solution for this inequality? Plug it in. If it works, kind of forgot to talk about this. You guys know why we shade all this stuff in? Because all the points in this zone are a solution for the inequality. Okay, all the points in this zone, like negative 2, 1. If I plug in negative 2, 1 up there, negative 2, 1, it will give you a true statement, so that'll work. Alright, that's why we shade on these. Instead of just being one solution like an equation has, usually, there's, well, actually 2 variables, never mind. Yeah, so plug these in. Remember the first one is the x value and the second one is the y value. So is 0 less than 2 times 0 plus 4? 2 times 0 plus 4 is 4. Is that true or false? True. So number 5 is yes, because 0, 0 is a solution to the equation. It should be in the shaded region if we graphed it. Number 7 is negative 2, 2, and y is greater than equal to 1. Alright, did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, same thing. Remember that the first coordinate is the x coordinate. The second one is the y.
So what's the midpoint?
Well, it's nothing that we're doing today.
This is the final midpoint of the second
So
Are you on page 90?
Whoa! What have I been looking at?
The next assignment, probably.
no way, dude. We have a review right now.
I was looking at geometry.
Oh.
We are.
Alright, how about that one? I got 2 is greater than or equal to 3. True or false?
That is completely right. No, everywhere.
2 is greater than or equal to 3. False. So no, this is not a solution.
Braden, I think you're lying on
Yeah, I was just trusting him.
her. Brother, I think you might be a little bit,
She wants to be back in geometry.
No way.
I mean, could you move her down to geometry and like
No,
she
he
did better
just
than
sucks.
I don't know.
It's not that bad.
Dude,
Incorrect. Okay, number 9, we're graphing y is greater than or equal to x. Okay, I'm not gonna do the plug a bunch of x's in. We're just gonna use, what does y equals x look like? Yeah, it's like a line, right? It's a linear equation. So, what is the slope? What's y-intercept? What's the y-intercept gonna be? Yeah, there's nothing out here, so it's 0. What's the slope gonna be? 1, or 1 over 1.
Worst.
Okay. I wouldn't make, you probably don't want to make the graphs too big because there's a lot of them. So we're starting at 0 for the y-intercept and we're going up, rise 1, run 1 for the slope. Should this line be solid or dashed? Solid. You got lucky. You got lucky. Screwed your life. Should we shade above or below? Yeah, this is y is greater than, so we're going up and away.
Next to us,
I'm telling you, forced to find your true passion. But do you think that like everyone has like thoughts? Like every like dog and everything?
Yup. I think so.
Think about it.
They have very basic thoughts, probably.
Do you think they think like force, nom?
Have you ever seen a dog dream before?
No. Is it possible?
Yeah. I had a dog that sometimes when he was sleeping, he would like start.
Oh, I thought you meant literally see their dreams. I don't know why I thought
No, I did not see his
I was
dream.
gonna say that's like some curse word if you read Josh. Eating shield?
He looks like he likes browns.
Oh, I was gonna say eating shields. Fortnite.
I look like I like Brahms.
Yeah, is it your favorite fast food?
I don't know.
I mean, there's so many more options, like Arby's.
I wrote-
Brahms is better than Arby's.
I think I
First
wrote
one you bring up
this
Arby's.
one wrong.
Have you seen the,
Brahms is really good.
Alright, there we go.
grass?
So where are we gonna start this graph
Yeah,
at?
it's like they all rhyme or something. It's just Arby's.
Alright guys,
One.
start up at 1, that's the y-intercept. Where are we gonna go from there?
-2, 1.
Rise -2, run 1. So down 2, right 1. Remember, you can also go backwards, up 2, back 1. Is this line solid or dashed?
This line just so happens to be dash.
Ah.
Yippee!
Oh, I cannot draw dash lines.
Just take up your pencil off the ground, Forrest. It's the opposite.
Okay, are we shading above or below? Above.
Change to the right.
Greater than.
Do you think autism is like a really, really bad thing for us?
It's just unfortunate.
Okay, 13. Y is greater than 4. Alright, so we need to stop and think about what did the graph of y equals 4? What did that look like? You guys recall?
Mr. Jordan? Oh, never mind.
Okay, what did the graph of y equals 4?
It'd be at the 4 thing, all
It's
the way
just like
across.
that horizontal line.
Horizontal line through y equals 4. So, but we got y is greater than 4, so should this be a solid or dashed line?
Oh, another line is
It's all dash.
Dashed.
11.
Forrest, you better stand here.
Are we shading above or below?
Above.
Above, greater than again. We got a lot of greater thans. That probably means all the less thans are the evens.
Forest. Bro. Hi. What?
Okay, 15 is just x is greater than -4. So what would the graph of x equals -4 look like? What did the graph
It's
of
like straight down.
x equals -4 look like? Yeah. It was a vertical line. You got a -4 on the x-axis, like there's -2, -3, -4, and you just draw the line through it. Is this line going to be solid or dashed? Dashed. Okay, this one has a little bit of a problem because
To the right.
there is no up or down. There's just a right and a left. So if we want to do x is greater than -4, where should we go? The right, because all these numbers are, the x value is greater than -4. So yeah, shade right. And you don't stop, you do not stop at the y-axis. You keep
K1 from R squared.
going through.
Forrest, what time do the football and basketball play?
Right after this.
Okay, 17. Y is less than absolute value of x. All right. Do you guys recall from the past couple days, what did the graph of y equals absolute value of x look like? We did them yesterday. What's the graph of y equals absolute value of x look like?
You always have parental already.
A v, right? So it's just going to be a v. I'm not going to plug in -2, -1, -0, all that stuff. I'm just going to draw a v. So it'd be a 0, 0, the vertex, and then it just goes up like this, right? Perfect diagonals. Should this line be solid or dashed? shading above or below? Okay, this one's a less than. See how it looks like an L? Less than. So we're going to go below.
Oh, okay.
We'll just go
Is this one of the easier chapters so far?
so far. What do you mean?
Like,
Compared to chapter 1?
yeah.
I don't know. X plus Y is less than or equal to 6. Okay, what's different about 19?
It's not solved.
It's not solved for Y, right? So let's get Y by itself by subtracting X. Does the 6 and the minus X mix? No. So it's Y is less than or equal to negative X plus 6. Okay. So where should we start? Start up 6. What's the slope? Negative 1 over 1. So we're going to go down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. The lines solid or dashed. And are we shading above or below?
Are you singing a Christmas song? I told you.
I thought it kind of looked like a Christmas tree.
It's Christmas.
It's nowhere near Christmas. It's September.
That sounds like that.
3 months out.
Dawn?
It's September. We're 3 months out there. We're getting close. No, we're not. September, October, November.
So-
We have 3 months.
December.
That's true. We can't play that.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to-
Willow, do you know what we should do first on this one?
Just think of it like 3 months. Only like 3 months.
Minus 3x.
I just think of you as a stupid person.
I bring up sun.
Those don't mix. Now what?
Scan.
Hush. What should we do now? Divide by negative 5 on every turn. So we're going to get y greater than or equal to. So we divide by negative inequality switches.
Yeah. You good?
Okay, so we're gonna start up at 3, and we're gonna rise 3 and run 5. Or go down 3 and back 5. Is the line solid or dashed?
Oh, man, it's solid.
Let's see. I missed. And are we shading above or below?
What happens if we run out of graph paper?
You can get another one if you want to. It's over there. There you go, grab, buy some more.
We're just safety.
Does anybody else need more graph paper?
No, I can make it.
Actually, I'm fine.
I just start on the back.
To make it, yeah, use the back.
I'm on the back.
Over there, Grant.
Big win.
Grant's like, there's a bug.
I've used the back.
Yeah, I know.
I would do them all, but.
Okay, 23
No, this is what I'm using.
says 4x minus 3y is greater than 12.
Gosh, you're distracting me. Your evil eyes.
Alright, Anya, what should we do first? Minus 4x.
Oh, this is one really.
5 by negative 3. Inequality switches. 12 divided by negative 3.
You play ball in that pool one time. Did you? In this shot, they play ball.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Alright, so where are we going to start at?
Negative. Oh.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we're gonna rise 4 and run 3. So that'll be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, came up the graph there. Is this line solid or dashed? Yeah, no equal to there. So. And are we shading above or below?
What do you say to someone if they come up and kidnap you?
What?
What would you tell someone if they come up and kidnap you?
No, thank you.
What if you say, like, go back to where you
Oh, wait, are we
came from?
graphing all 30 problems?
No, the last 4 are not graphs.
I think we do it. Yeah, I.
Only goes to 26. I think I'm gonna make it.
Just
Alright, 25 is an absolute value problem again. Okay, so what's the graph for this one gonna look like? What shape? Another V, but it's not gonna start in the middle. What's this?
start one.
Or not right,
Right 3. Right 3. So in here moves left or right, but it does the opposite of what it says. So if it's minus 3, it actually moves right 3. If it's out here, that moves it up or down. So that'd be like down 2. Okay? If you forgot the rules, I wrote it right up here on the board for the other class. So, yeah, that's how you do it.
How are you gonna do this thing?
You still get a shout out on your YouTube channel?
Hmm?
You should shout out Shannon on your YouTube channel. Hashtag shout out to
Yeah.
all the Asian.
Okay, so we don't have to plug in a bunch of X's. I just know the graph moves right 3. So the vertex is going to be a 3, 0, and then it just goes up in a V formation, like that. Is this line going to be solid or dashed? Solid.
Solid as a brick.
Or I should say, I need one. I kind of missed. Are we shading above or below?
Or shading.
Shading less than below.
Bro, we're gonna need them to calm down. Like a smoker. What? He's like, oh,
You shade it like differently every time you do it. All your shading.
Bro, Graham was working early. He smacked that.
Okay, we made it to 27.
No.
I have to switch pages.
Are you talking about your phone?
Yes. Snake is so
Okay, 27. So we're gonna write an inequality for the lines. That means we need a slope, right? When we have lines, we have a slope and y-intercept. But we also have to figure out what the inequality is. So let's start with that. We need the inequality, we need the slope, we need the y-intercept. So on 27, it's shaded below. So we're going to use less than. The line is dotted, so is it going to be equal to or not?
No.
Not. Okay, so it's just less than. And then comes the slope. So if you look carefully at that graph, the line goes through the point 0, -1. Where else does it go through at? 1, 2. So to find the slope, we need what's the rise and what's the run. How much is it rising? 3, and it's running 1. So the slope is 3/1 or 3. Plus, what's the last number? What represent? What's the b value represent? The y-intercept. Where is it crossing the y-axis? -1. Let's put a -1 out there. Okay, 29. Alright, this one's different because it's not a line, so we're not going to use slope and y-intercept. It's a V shape. So what does that tell us?
Like the opposite value.
Going to be an absolute value thing, right? Let's start with the inequality because that kind of comes first. It's shaded above on 29, so what do we need to use if it's shaded above? Greater than. The line is solid, so I need to put or equal to. Okay, are you guys paying attention? So I don't have to
I am thinking.
try and teach everybody how to do 30 because they weren't watching on 29, Isa. The vertex on 29 is moved right 1 and down 1, right? So the whole graph must have shifted right 1 and down 1. You guys got it?
Yeah.
So how do I move the graph to the right 1?
-1.
Right. X -1 on the
And
inside.
then -1.
How do I move the graph down 1?
-1.
-1 on the outside. So that would do it.
Oh, baby.
You guys still got 13 minutes.
Yeah. Unluckily for this math assignment, I'm just too good